Good afternoon. I'm Annie Furnish.
I'm Jacob Furnish.
I'm Cash Furnish.
And we are here to introduce a very special person in our lives.
For any of you that have come in contact with her this year, there is one thing you can't miss about her. The big ball of yarn that sits on her head can be seen from miles away. There's no one in this world that has more blonde moments than her. But with that being said, there is also no one else in this world with a bigger and kinder heart than her. Her faith in the Lord is her most defining quality. She has a huge passion for the FFA and always puts others before herself.
Her passion for all things FFA and her love for others is something that I'm sure all of you who had the opportunity to meet her over this past year have noticed and will not go unnoticed on the stage today. She is not only a great role model for us as her siblings, but for all FFA members across the nation.
Without further delay,
your 2017-2018 National FFA Eastern Region Vice President,
Gracie Furnish.
Trillion. Okay, I'm not the best at math, so we got to get these zeros right. Almost there. Okay, 100 billion. $35 million. 20,222. I think I got them all. These are the numbers that represent what makes your body the way it is. 100 trillion cells, 100 billion nerve cells in your brain, 35 million heartbeats per year, 20,000 genes, 200 muscles, and 22 internal organs. Numerous details go into making you what you are. Whether it's a science that keeps your heart beating, gives your eyes color, makes your hair straight or curly, makes you tall or short, or all the strings of proteins and chromosomes that come together to make your DNA. So much is happening right now just to make sure your body, that body sitting right there in that chair, does what it does. Now here's some more numbers. 157,680, 6,570, 938. These are the numbers that represent what makes you who you are. From the time you were born until the time you were 18, you will live 938 weeks, 6,570 days, and 157,680 hours. Science may make our bodies what they are, but the hours, days, weeks, and years of our lives make us who we are. Each of these moments are shaping the story of our life, a story leading to today and a story going beyond today. We know that these numbers represent what makes us who and what we are. And we learned in math class that these numbers are indeed values. If we can make these numbers valuable and more than just numbers on a board, then at the end of our lives, we can look back without regret on the story we lived. Right now, there's approximately 12,000 unique individuals in this arena. And if I'm being honest, that makes me really, really nervous. But there's 12,000 unique individuals in this arena. Each of you with different experiences, lessons, and memories from the numbers of your life. Each of you with a different story so far and a different story to come. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty forgetful. In a year, 10 years, even 60 years, I don't want to look back and not be able to remember the years that made my life. So a couple years ago, I began journaling. Now, at first I didn't know how I felt about logging the events of my life, but now it's become so valuable to me in this fast-paced world we live in. Whether it's a name, quote, photo, or memory, I enjoy journaling my story, but more importantly, I enjoy journaling the stories of those that I meet. This year, I've had the opportunity to be inspired by numerous stories. Stories of laughter, love, and fun. Stories of living with circumstances outside of your control. Stories of barriers and overcoming those barriers. Stories of strength, determination, and growth. Stories of learning and teaching, and stories of endings and new beginnings. Now, a few people and stories I specifically inspired by this year happened back in February during FFA week when I was down south in Sweet Home, Alabama. So many incredible people and memories throughout that week. On Wednesday, we kicked off our morning at Shelby County High School. We signed in the office and headed straight to the auditorium. Now, me, being the very awkward Gracie Furnish, I was struggling to find a group to hang out with until I met Matthew. Matthew walked straight up to me, read the name on my jacket, and said, "I once had a crush on a girl named Gracie." In a time where I felt so nervous and unsure, Matthew made me feel right at home and made me feel like a true friend. In that auditorium, he worked to remember everyone's names and make every single person in that auditorium feel special. As Matthew and I got to know each other, I learned that Matthew is a part of the HOPE program. HOPE stands for Herbs Offering Personal Enrichment. The program was created as a partnership in 2012 between Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe and different schools in Alabama. Mr. Keith Richards, the founder of Taziki's, created the program to empower students with special needs to learn how to grow, harvest, and sell fresh herbs. These herbs are then served at many Taziki's locations. Now, on that day, I also had the opportunity to meet Mr. Richards. After a trip to Greece with his wife, he and his wife wanted a way to share their love for Mediterranean food. With this love and knowing the power of a positive environment, in 1998, they opened the very first Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. They knew the deeper value of what their business could do for people, besides just serving great food and making money. Mr. Richards once said, "At the end of the day, how are we going to affect someone's life?" Besides just partnering with different schools to create hope, Taziki's also hires students and young adults with special needs to work in their restaurants. They know the true purpose of their lives, the power of giving back and helping others to broaden their horizons. Now, after getting to meet Matthew and learning about hope and also meeting Mr. Richards and hearing all this talk about how incredible Taziki's was, I wanted to see for myself. So on our last night in Alabama, I got to experience the incredible food, people, and atmosphere of Taziki's. In the story of developing their own business and improving their own lives, the people of Taziki's are impacting the lives of so many others. They're helping so many people to feel included, successful, and happy. On day 7,159 of my life, Matthew and the people of Taziki's reminded me that what you do is valuable. Now, hold up just a second. When I say valuable, I'm not talking about those prized possessions that you have on your shelf or that you keep locked away in your safe. When I say valuable, I mean that which is worthy, helpful, and important. What you do every single day not only impacts your story, but either adds or takes away from the story of others. When we realize that this life isn't all about us. That is when we truly begin living. Today, how can we each start living for something bigger? And how can we start adding value to the lives of others? We do this by having a positive attitude, offering words of encouragement, and taking actions that show we care. Each of our just one actions, conversations, creates a ripple effect that proves what you do is valuable. Now, during week 35 of this year, I had the opportunity to attend week 3 of Ohio FFA Camp Muskingum. During the week, we went ziplining, slept in Eno hammocks, got slushied, and got bitten by way too many mosquitoes. We had the craziest water games, a talent show, and the best dances. During the week, I also had the opportunity to meet Emily. I had met Emily earlier in the week on the ropes course, so on the last night after dinner, we decided to sit together. As I sat down, I noticed that Emily had some of her drawings out. Emily shared that she loves to draw and paint, and she also loves photography. Now, I have absolutely no talent at all with drawing or painting, and I sometimes like to pretend I'm a photographer, but that strength's just not there. So as we were admiring Emily's amazing work, we continued talking about each of our lives, and she also shared about her mom's talent with art. Now, as we continued talking, what Emily shared next caught me off guard. Emily shared that when she was just a young girl, her mom had passed away. I can't imagine what I will do when that happens to me. I can't imagine I will be upset and that I will have a lot of questions. Emily's experience of losing her mom could have made her angry at the world. She shared that it was hard and it continues to be hard at times, but she knows she will see her mom again someday. What inspires me the most about Emily is her heart that radiates so much joy. A quote I recently read reminds me of Emily. Be soft. Do not let the world make you hard. Do not let the pain make you hate. Do not let the bitterness steal your sweetness. Take pride that even though the rest of the world may disagree, you still believe it to be a beautiful place. Emily doesn't just see the beauty in the world, she adds beauty to the world. She values every single person, moment, day, week, and year because she knows what it's like to lose someone that is truly valuable to her. Emily's studying to care for animals as a veterinarian, and she continues her passion with art. She values every single person and day, and she shows that through her actions, words, and love. And I got to witness that firsthand during that week at Camp Muskingum. Now, on our last day, as we were all saying goodbye, Emily took out a drawing. It was absolutely beautiful. She'd created it for me. The most beautiful image to have of my time at Camp Muskingum and to remind me of the lesson Emily taught me. On day 7,286 of my life, Emily reminded me that life is valuable. Every single person, moment, day, week, and year is valuable. We never know when our time is up or when the time is up for the people that we love. What do you still want to do? Whose lives are valuable in your life? Have you let them know? Don't let the time pass. Choose to see the good in every day and the value in every life. Instead of counting down the days, how can we make each day count? How can we live every day with the reminder that life is valuable. Now, going back to these numbers from earlier, we know that all these numbers are indeed values. But in no way, shape, or form can any number define how important or incredible your life is. Being valuable means being worthy, admired, cherished, helpful, and important. You are all of these things and so much more. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Gracie, a lot of times I don't feel very valuable. A lot of times I feel unwanted. A lot of times I feel left out. A lot of times I don't even like myself. You may say, I don't look like everyone else. I don't think like everyone else. I'm here to tell you, good. Don't have the same laugh, number of followers on Instagram, interests, talents, job after school, or career goals as everyone else. Good. Don't live a perfect life. None of us do. Stop comparing. You weren't made to be like everyone else. You weren't born to live a story like everyone else. You weren't made a copy or to become a copy. You are valuable. This is how many of you there are in the world. Just one you. Your unique strengths, struggles, talents, interests are valuable. Who you are, the things you do, and the life you live gives true value to these numbers. Don't let the world miss out on the greatness that is you. Live every single day knowing that you are valuable. Now, when I was in 6th grade, we learned about the absolute value of numbers. We learned that absolute value is the distance a number is away from 0. We also learned that absolute value is defined as the actual magnitude of a numerical measurement. The actual magnitude. Now, magnitude is defined as the great size or extent of something. So if 0 is the beginning, and the beginning's your birth, then whatever age you are right now is X, your absolute value from 0. What's been the magnitude of your life from that 0 to this X? What have you been pursuing? How have you treated others, and how have you treated yourself? Now, at the end of our lives, whatever age we are then, that will be our absolute value from the day we were born. So from today, X, until the end of your life, you don't get to decide that absolute value, but you do get to decide the magnitude of that absolute value. What do you want the magnitude to be? What do you want to do, and what do you want to be known for? You are the only one who gets to live your story. Are you happy with the story you've been living so far? If yes or no, you have the power to change and decide how you will continue. You decide the greatness and extent of your story. You decide how to make each day valuable. You decide how you will use the story of your life to change the story of others. What you do is valuable. How you take the focus off of yourself and add value to the lives of others. Life is valuable. How will you live out that truth? How will you make the most out of each person, moment, day, week, and year that makes up your very valuable life? You are valuable. You were created the way you are for a reason. None of us live the same story, and none of us live the same absolute value. Stop trying to live someone else's life and fully live yours. Each of our lives have a different magnitude, greatness, and extent. You decide that greatness and extent. Each of these numbers are indeed values, but you decide how to make them valuable. What you do is valuable. Life is valuable. And most importantly, you are valuable.
Life is short, I wanna live it well. One life, one story to tell. Life is short, I wanna live it well. And you're the one I'm living for. Awaken on my soul. Every breath that you take is a miracle. Life is short, I wanna live it well. Yeah, I wanna sing with all my heart a lifelong song.
Sister Mary, you are literally the nicest person that any of us have ever met. You constantly choose to see the best in others through and through. Thank you for teaching us and our members to truly live their best lives, which includes lots of laughter, copious amounts of ice cream, adventures in the Kentucky Holler, and late night chats. Just one you, one team, 1 year. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Eastern Region Vice President, Miss Gracie Furnish.